enchantment. It's reprinted here, and it's getting you 2 life. So if you use Verdant Haven to cast this guy, it's a 4/4.
Yeah, and then a 4/4 for 2, which is pretty sweet.
That's pretty good.
So.
It's hard to know how relevant the life gain deck will be.
No, but even if the life gain deck is irrelevant, he can still be a 2/2 for 2, which is fine. And I'm probably reading this guy as like a 5th to 7th, because
I think this could be a lot higher. And if we're thinking like first pick, first pack, which we should think for the pick order, then I think this could be a lot higher, depending on the quality of the life gain deck. If the life gain deck is like the Boros deck, then you're first picking him.
Yeah, so I guess it may depend on the format, but the way I'm looking at it is I'm probably not picking this guy over a bomb rare. I'm probably not picking this guy over just the regular predatory sliver.
Yep.
And I'm probably not picking this guy over quality removal. So where does that put him?
3rd to 5th.
Okay. I mean, we can go with that.
And the time will tell how good that deck is. But even in M13, even with the life gain deck being that rare in M13, I would have liked this guy.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a lot harder to get the life gain deck than we might be thinking. But maybe the life gain deck will be underdrafted and you get a bunch of voracious worms and just kill people. But the problem with like trying to draft around this guy is that a lot of green decks are just going to take him because he's a 2/2 for 2.
Yes.
So, well, we'll move on though.
Fortify.
That's a fine combat trick. It's not. There's nothing super exciting.
Costs 3 mana. That's a lot for a combat trick, isn't it?
It's a bit, but having the option to get either +2/+0 and wipe their board of troublesome blockers, or get +0/+2 and turn a huge trading combat into a huge you just sacrificed all your creatures combat, can be pretty relevant. So this is one of those cards that's like there's not a lot of downside, but the upside can be huge.
Yes, it's what Trumpet Blast always wanted to be.
Yep. And it's in relevant colors, right? 'Cause the Fortify can, being in white, a lot of white creatures have first strike, so giving your creatures +2/+0 can mean the first strike guys just kill all their things and leave your things alive.
Yes. So how easy will it be to, in a random combat, to actually get the card out of this?
I think it'll be pretty easy in a random combat to do. To just kill a blocker. It seems okay. It seems like it would probably happen more often than not.
But won't it often be the case that you will 2-for-1 yourself? That you will be able to kill a blocker, but it will cost you your attacker, as it isn't boosting both ways.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's pretty much 2 different cards here in the same, and that's always good, of course. But it's sort of a combat trick that might 1-for-1, and then it's this big finisher.
Yeah, so...
And the Trumpet Blast was played in certain decks in M13, but it wasn't ever any good. But this could be.
So Trumpet Blast was the red one, right?
Yes, and it was pretty much the first effect here.
Okay.
For the same cost.
In Dragon's Maze, there's a split card called Profit Loss. I played Profit, and Profit occasionally. Profit is 2 white, or 2 and a white for +1/+1. All your creatures get +1/+1 until end of turn.
Yes.
That's sort of the way I'm viewing this, and sometimes you can set up combats where doing a Fortify is just going to wreck their board. And sometimes your combats where you get just giving your creatures +0/+2 until end of turn, which is comparable to a card from Gatecrash called Tower Defense. And sometimes that's playable too. tower defense isn't nearly as good as profit, but sometimes just making your creatures into walls makes a big difference in combat.
Okay, what about Fortify or Ranger's Guile?
Certainly playing Fortify over Ranger's Guile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm still probably reading this as like a 23rd card because it's probably not a combat trick that I always want to play. But some decks I might want to be playing this card. Like if my deck has a lot of the Siege Mastodons, that their 3 power just isn't enough to get past my opponent's 4 power things. So maybe I want the Fortify to get through and kill their big walls. So that's sort of what I'm looking at is it's a 23rd card, but sometimes I might play it more highly in my low power, high toughness decks.
I think it might be better because it allows you to go for the Trumpet Blast deck, but it's still going to be useful even when your Trumpet Blast plan fails.
Yeah.
But 7th to 9th is...
That's probably where we should put it.
Yep. Let's do that. Okay.
Bad Wasteland is bad?
Fixed Wasteland. Yay! Wasteland wasn't ever the limited card, was it?
No, Wasteland was never really a good limited card. I wish I'd have picked more up back in the day. I had about 30 of these things from Tempest packs, and from 30 like Wastelands from Tempest packs, and I just thought it was an awful card back then.
I thought it was quite useful, and I picked up maybe 8 or something, and I was like, haha, now I have all the waste. But I should have picked up several hundreds.
Yeah. I'm really regretting, like, not having a lot of those. Anyway, so back to our review. I don't think this card's really playable, especially not in this set. Man, this card's just awful. 15th.
There are no non-basic lands in the set except this one and 2 pretty bad ones.
Say there's Mutavault and Shimmering Grotto, neither of which you really care about destroying. So,
but if you sideboard this in against Mutavault, you're not taking a big downside, are you?
I guess not. But is Mutavault really that concerning in limited? I don't think it is.
No. It will. Mutavault will be a sliver and be enormous.
Yeah.
I think this is 13th to 15th then, perhaps?
No, this is 15th, straight up.
Okay. Glade Cover Scout.
So, this is really the only creature that we've seen with hexproof, right? From the set?
No, there's another one. I think. But it might not even be green. Now I am uncertain. But in a vacuum, or even... It's not like you will be able to go for a hexproof deck.
No, it's certainly not. This is just a 1-mana 1/1 is why we're going to look at it. And this is like a 13th to 15th pick. I'm not just...
Yep.
A vanilla 1/1 for 1 is just not good.
Is there anything you can put on him and make him relevant? The plate mail thing, but anyone is relevant with that on.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just hate him. So, Briar Pack Alpha.
Alright, I like this guy a lot.
Yeah. Wow, wait, he does a lot of things.
He does so many things. So, let's look at him as a 5/5 flash. I will tell you that I first picked Advent of the Worm over many things before.
Yes.
So, if you just look at him as a sort of an Advent of the Worm that shrinks after that turn, it's still pretty sweet. You still get a 2 for 1. You still get a 2 for 1 there. Is he first pick material? I don't know. Because Advent of the Worm once again was a actual 5/5 that stuck around. This guy doesn't stick around. I mean, he doesn't stay a 5/5, but the flash ability is super relevant, and with 3 toughness, he can just get a whole bunch of 2/2s. And you can even flash him during combat to give something else +2/+2 while he blocks a 2 power attacker. Yeah, this guy just does it all. He He can be a 2-for-1, a 3-for-1. He's even, yeah, actually, I think he is first pick material.
I